Ever listen to a song from the 60s and wonder if the last voice you hear is the same one you hear first? It's a fascinating phenomenon that we're diving into today. You may be surprised to know that many iconic tracks from this era actually feature a silent replacement of the original singer, often unnoticed by listeners. In this video, we're going to explore 10 songs from the 60s where the final vocal isn't the first singer you hear. These changes, whether due to last-minute studio decisions or creative adjustments, had a huge impact on the final sound of the track. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dive into music history. Ready to discover some hidden twists behind your favorite tunes? Let's go! Number 10. For What It's Worth, Buffalo Springfield, 1966. We kick off with one of the most iconic protest songs of the 60s, For What It's Worth, by Buffalo Springfield. Released in 1966, this track became a symbol of the social and political unrest of the time. While the song is largely associated with Stephen Stills' distinctive vocals, there's a surprising twist regarding the vocal contributions. In the chorus of the song, the voice you hear doesn't belong to Stills, but rather to his bandmate, Richie Furay. Initially, Stills was set to sing the entire song, but when they were in the studio, it became clear that Furay's voice would bring a different, softer texture to the chorus, which would make it stand out more. The subtle shift between Stills' more gravelly tone in the verses and Furay's smoother delivery in the chorus is what gives this song its haunting and unforgettable feel. The mix of their voices creates an ethereal quality that has helped For What It's Worth remain a timeless anthem. The vocal swap here is a perfect example of how a change in texture and tone can transform the energy of a song. It's a small detail that, although many listeners may not notice, elevates the song's emotional depth and contributes to its lasting impact. Number 9. I'm a Believer, The Monkees, 1966. Next up, let's talk about one of the most famous tracks from the Monkees, I'm a Believer. This song, released in 1966, is a staple of 60s pop, but it comes with an interesting twist. The Monkees were often criticized for not performing their own instruments or vocals on many of their recordings, and I'm a Believer is no exception. While the band is credited with the song, the final vocal you hear in the chorus isn't from Davy Jones, the lead singer of the Monkees, but from a session singer named Mickey Dolenz. At the time, the Monkees were under pressure to deliver a hit, and in the studio, the original vocal take by Jones just didn't feel quite right. Dolenz, who was the band's drummer, was asked to step in and provide the final vocal take for the song's climactic chorus. Though Jones had recorded the verses, it was Dolenz's voice that ultimately defined the track's sound. This silent replacement was never publicly acknowledged at the time, and many listeners were unaware that the voice they heard in the chorus wasn't Jones's. What makes this vocal swap even more intriguing is that Dolenz's voice has a different tone, adding a sense of urgency and excitement to the song's finale. The result is a track that is both energetic and catchy, and the surprise of the vocal change only enhances its appeal. Number 8. The Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel, 1964. Now let's take a closer look at one of the most iconic folk songs of all time, The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. This haunting ballad was released in 1964 and became an anthem for a generation. However, the version that listeners are most familiar with is not quite the version that Simon and Garfunkel originally recorded. In the final mix, producer Tom Wilson decided to add a layer of electric instrumentation, and surprisingly, he also made a change to the vocals. In the original recording, Paul Simon's voice leads the song from start to finish, but for the famous version that became a massive hit, Garfunkel's vocals were re-recorded and inserted in parts of the chorus and the bridge. The decision to include Garfunkel's voice was a last-minute change made after the initial recording was completed. This substitution added an extra layer of harmony that perfectly complements Simon's solo performance, creating a sound that resonated deeply with audiences. It's fascinating to think that a song as raw and emotional as The Sound of Silence underwent such a significant change in its final version. And it's a perfect example of how a vocal swap can elevate a song, even when the original version seemed perfect in its simplicity. Number 7. You Really Got Me. The Kinks, 1964. Next, let's turn our attention to the pioneering British rock band The Kinks and their iconic hit, You Really Got Me. This track is widely credited with helping to shape the future of rock music, and yet, it too features a subtle vocal twist. When the band recorded the song in 1964, it was Ray Davies who originally sang the lead vocals. However, in the final mix, something unusual happened. The vocals were altered, and a session singer was used for the final chorus. The change wasn't entirely intentional. The original vocal track recorded by Ray Davies had a slightly strained quality, which didn't quite fit the raw energy of the track. Producer Shel Telmy decided to replace some of Ray's vocals in the chorus with a stronger vocal performance from a session singer to give the track the punch it needed. This last-minute vocal swap added an unexpected layer of intensity to the song, making the final version feel more aggressive and electrifying. What's fascinating about You Really Got Me is that this vocal change is often overlooked because it's so seamlessly blended with the track's high-energy guitar riffs and pounding beat. But the subtle shift in the vocals brings a fresh urgency to the chorus, giving the song the explosive energy it's known for. It's a perfect example of how a small vocal adjustment can elevate a track into something legendary. Number 6. Woolly Bully, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, 1965. Next up is one of the most fun and funky tracks from the 60s, Woolly Bully by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Released in 1965, this energetic, toe-tapping song became an instant hit and a staple of 60s dance floors. However, if you listen closely, you might notice something unexpected with the vocal delivery. Though Sam the Sham, aka Domingo Samudio, is credited with singing lead, a session singer was actually used to replace his vocals on the chorus. In the studio, Samudio was known for his distinctive voice, but the chorus wasn't quite hitting the right tone. The decision was made to bring in a session singer who could provide a stronger vocal punch, one that would match the infectious energy of the rest of the track. The result is a chorus that feels more powerful and commanding than the verses, creating a contrast that makes the song stand out even more. What's interesting about this vocal swap is that it's not immediately obvious unless you listen closely. The session singer blended so perfectly with Samudio's voice that it feels like a seamless transition, giving the song an extra layer of appeal. This silent vocal replacement helped to solidify Woolly Bully as a dance anthem that still gets people moving to this day. Number 5. Walk Like a Man, The Four Seasons, 1963. Now let's take a look at one of the Four Seasons' biggest hits, Walk Like a Man. Released in 1963, this track is one of the group's signature songs and exemplifies their unique blend of pop and doo-wop. However, there's an interesting twist when it comes to the vocal arrangement of this track. While Frankie Valli is typically the voice you hear leading the group, Walk Like a Man features an interesting vocal substitution in the chorus. In the original recordings, Valli sings the lead throughout the song, but during the chorus, a session singer was brought in to add a richer, fuller vocal harmony. This extra vocal layer gives the chorus more power and presence, enhancing the impact of the song. The session singer's voice blended seamlessly with Valli's, but the subtle shift in vocal texture helped the track stand out, giving it a more polished, powerful sound. While it's not immediately noticeable to the casual listener, the vocal swap in Walk Like a Man provides an extra layer of depth to the song, which helped it become one of the Four Seasons' most successful tracks. It's a great example of how behind-the-scenes decisions can elevate a song, creating a richer and more impactful final product. Number 4. Gloria, Shadows of Night, 1966. The garage rock anthem Gloria by the Shadows of Night is a track that has been covered by many artists over the years, but the original recording from 1966 holds a special place in rock history. However, there's a vocal twist in this version that most people don't know about. While the band's lead singer, Jim Sans, is credited with the song, a session singer was brought in to perform the background vocals, and surprisingly, they also ended up providing the final chorus vocals. This vocal swap was made because the band felt that Sans's voice wasn't quite carrying the energy they wanted for the song's explosive finale. The session singer's powerful voice added just the right amount of intensity to the chorus, which helped elevate the song to its iconic status. It's remarkable how this vocal change isn't immediately noticeable. The session singer's background vocals blend so seamlessly with Sans's lead that listeners often don't even realize the swap. But this hidden vocal replacement made all the difference in creating the high-energy, unforgettable version of Gloria that we still know and love today. Number 3. Be My Baby, The Ronettes, 1963. Another classic from the 60s is Be My Baby by the Ronettes, produced by the legendary Phil Spector. This song is an iconic example of the wall of sound production style, but behind its lush and layered vocals, there's an interesting vocal twist. While Ronnie Spector is famously the lead vocalist, parts of the track feature a silent vocal replacement. In the studio, it was common for session singers to fill in harmonies or other vocal parts, and in the case of Be My Baby, some of the backup vocals were re-recorded by other artists. The most interesting vocal swap comes during the final chorus, where an uncredited session singer provides backing vocals that complement Ronnie's voice. These harmonies add to the grandeur and drama of the song, creating that signature wall of sound effect that made the track so unforgettable. This vocal swap might be subtle, but it's part of what gives Be My Baby its distinctive, timeless quality. The layering of vocals and the unexpected addition of a hidden voice helped to create one of the most iconic songs of the 60s. Number 2. California Dreamin', The Mamas and the Papas, 1965. One of the most hauntingly beautiful songs of the 60s is California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. Released in 1965, this track became a defining anthem of the era. However, the version we all know and love actually features a surprising vocal swap. The song was originally intended to feature Cass Elliott's lead vocals throughout, but there's a key part of the song where her voice was replaced by another. Producer Lou Adler, known for his perfectionism, felt that the song could benefit from an additional vocal layer. The result? A session singer was brought in to re-record the background vocals, and in doing so, they also provided additional harmony in the final bridge. This vocal shift added an extra layer of depth to the song, making it even more haunting and memorable. While the main vocals are still Cass Elliott's, this silent vocal replacement helped give the track an added richness and emotional impact, making California Dreamin' one of the most powerful songs of the 60s. Number 1. The Wait by the Band, 1968. Finally, we come to one of the most legendary songs in rock history, The Wait by the Band. Released in 1968, this song has been covered countless times and is revered as one of the greatest rock songs ever recorded. However, even a track as iconic as this has a hidden vocal twist. While Levon Helm is credited with the lead vocals, the chorus features a silent vocal replacement that makes the song even more iconic. During the recording, producer John Simon decided that the chorus would benefit from a different vocal texture. As a result, Helm's lead vocals were complemented by the harmonies of session singer Rick Danko, who was brought in to provide a richer vocal layer for the chorus. This decision created a striking contrast between the grittier tone of Helm's voice and the smoother, more melodic quality of Danko's harmonies, giving the song a unique sound that helped it stand out from other rock tracks of the time. It's fascinating to hear how this subtle vocal replacement helped elevate the weight into an anthem that still resonates with listeners today. The seamless blending of Helm's raw lead and Danko's smooth harmonies made for a perfect musical union, and it's a testament to the power of collaboration in the studio. And there you have it. 10 songs from the 60s where the final vocal you hear isn't from the first singer you thought. These silent replacements played a huge role in shaping some of the most iconic tracks in music history. Whether it was a last-minute decision, a studio tweak, or a creative change, these replacements show us just how much behind-the-scenes decisions can impact the final product. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below telling us which vocal swaps surprised you the most. Also, share this video with your friends so they can discover these hidden musical twists too.